That's my goal for Treaty Flag nations.
Hundreds gather inside this tent. It's the annual Treaty 5 Summit. Jennifer Flett of Opaskwayak in northern Manitoba is one of two MCs here. She also helped start this gathering in 2018.
There's over 40 First Nations that belong to Treaty 5. It's one of the biggest land masses for treaty territory. And at the time, there was no voice for anything that happened on the treaty territory.
Flett said this event was created so grassroots people could understand their rights as treaty holders. While Indigenous sovereignty is a strong focus here, the discussion of agricultural benefit settlement claims is a hot topic here and nationwide right now, more commonly known as cows and plows. Flett said a lot of the discussion this week is around payouts.
Why are we getting one final payment and that's it? There's a lot of people that wonder, is this not something that should be continuing because it is part of the treaty? So there's a lot of discussion on where we're going to go from here.
Rennie Chaboyer is the chief of Cumberland House in northern Saskatchewan, where they recently accepted an offer from the government for two separate agricultural claims.
Cows and plows goes to the nation first. It's the nation's money, not the people's money. But for me, with my nation, we have two claims, and we're prepared to pay X amount to each member with the understanding that the bigger claim that's coming will go into trust so that it will grow.
There is mixed feelings when it comes to who should receive the benefits, the band or the people. So far in Canada, 39 First Nations have settled their agricultural benefits, including the community that Summit co-host Ashley Collingbull is from in the Treaty 4 territory.
I got my cows and plows. I was like, Enoch got their cows and plows.
Collingbull, who recently won Miss Universe Canada, said she's grateful her community voted to put some money back into a trust that will be used for infrastructure and services in Enoch.
My nation personally has taken an amount back to be given back to my nation for progressive things and for economic development, just to help us. And I think that is what is needed too. Like, we need as much resources as we possibly can, and sometimes it's up to us to give us ourselves those resources. We can't depend on the government to save us.
A sentiment shared by Suzanne McKay of Barons River.
But personally, I would like to see it both ways. I'd like to see the membership benefit from it, and then I would like to see our communities prosper from it as well.
Canoon-Jaystagon First Nation Chief Tony Travers says his community filed its claim in early June and are awaiting for an official response from the Crown. He said they've been advised of their preliminary options.
On the high end, it's $65,000 per person, and on the lower end it's $15,000 per person. It depends on location.
But cows and plows isn't on everyone's mind here either.
What is cows and plows?
I guess there's no talks of cows and plows in Sandy Lake.
No.
Manaway Kizik is here from a fly-in community in northwestern Ontario, where he says their treaty fights tend to be about mining and natural resources.
We have our mining. We have the lithium company that is just outside our area, and that too will affect our way of life.
A way of life that's been impacted for many here, and reasons why Flett says this summit is needed.
We're building towards a government
to work together as long as the sun shines and the rivers flow. T.R. Wheatley, APTN National News, Winnipeg.